start recording, and I'm going to say welcome to Oils for Every Age. And one of the things that makes this one of my favorite classes, and I'm probably going to say that for all of them, but what I really like is this class has something for everybody, regardless of whatever stage you are in. It's going to be something that you need. So I'm actually, my very first question that I'm going to have you guys kind of start off with is, tell me, okay, so of the 6 stages, so I'm going to tell you there's infants to age 2, stage 1, pregnancy, and also labor and delivery, and then school-age kids, we have adolescents, and then we go to adult and the glory years. So 1 through 6, starting with babies all the way up to the glory years, type in the comments for me, which of those do you need the most support in for your stage of life, you particularly? So if you have like the babies and people in the glory years, then you're going to type like 1 and 6 for me. If you're just only doing yourself as an adult and adolescents, so put like 5 and 4. Okay, so of the 6, go ahead and type in the comments for me. Infants age 1 and 2, it would be number 1. Type which you need to support for. Pregnancy, school age kids, adolescents, adult, and the glory years. So type in the comments for me. This will help me also today as we're going through to know where I should spend most of my time. I do want to have something that is relevant to everybody, and although we are recording it for future reference, I want to make it something that's going to really feed into what you guys need today. All right, so I'm looking at a couple of the comments, and it looks like we have 5, 1 and 4, glory years 6, 4 and 5. What are glory years? Yeah, the glory years are actually, this is my Auntie Barb, so I would say it's where grandma is. That's the glory years. Yes, people in the later stages of life where they start to have extra issues. And I feel like for some people that's really different, and I know we all have stories about how that goes. Some people start to show signs of being in the glory years a little bit before that. I'm not saying specifically Alzheimer's or something like that. I'm just saying like when the ages where a lot of the experiences of life are super valuable, and but also the body is slightly more frail. And so so I see, better than calling it senior, yeah, you have the senior and the elderly and all those, yeah, lots of different phrases. Okay, so I'm seeing a couple things. Pretty much everybody's doing it except for maybe no one's doing the pregnancy one. So I guess I could fudge over that one. All right, so I'm going to share my screen and take you guys into the, oh, you know what though? Hang on, I'm not going to share my screen. I'm going back. Oh, I accidentally shared it anyway. Okay, well, while we're thinking, I guess, I was going to tell you, well, no, yeah, let me come back for a second here. I have a couple announcements that I want to make sure that I make now that we have some more people on. So when you have this much information for all of those stages that we just talked about, you have to do it for more than 40 minutes. And so I just want you guys to kind of have it in your head that even though like typically I tell you like, oh, pop back on for the business thing, right? Today, you're probably just going to have to pop back on to get like the last set of information, because I just have too many things to tell you. And I don't want to like gyp anyone who really needs a certain set of info. So even if I can glaze over some things, I feel like it's really important information. I want everyone to really know, like, the things that doTERRA has situated for you really do help in each stage of life. And but there's definitely certain ones that you would highlight and maximize, and I want to make sure that you guys know that. So just plan to go click back in, and again, it's the same link that you've already sent out on. By the way, if you guys are not sure how to comment, especially some of you who may be using your phone. So commenting, if you're actually on Zoom, normally you would just kind of, you know, if you're on your computer, you're going to just click in and do a the comments will come up below. They show up in orange if you haven't checked them. So that's one easy way to kind of find where the comment section is. But then if you're on your phone, you may be curious where to find it. And so I took this picture of Katie Glasgow doing a live when I was there, and so you'll notice it has participants and it has a little number 3 there. That's the little section that you're looking for to be able to click into that. And then after you click in, it'll take you to this page where you'll see all the participants, and at the bottom it'll give you the option to either chat or invite. So you can invite someone else if you want to, but chat is where you would type there to be able to say, like, if I'm asking you a question. Okay, so let me also share, so plan to jump back on after the after this is done, because it's too much info. And the other thing is I had two other announcements. One, if you jumped in early, you know that today is my husband's birthday. Happy birthday, Michael. I don't think I'm supposed to tell you how old he is. Also, Marcella, her son's birthday is today, her second born son, Lucas. And you know who else is birthday? Actually, type it in the comments if you guys know. Whose birthday is it? You guys who jumped on early before I started the recording, you might actually get it. It's doTERRA. It's doTERRA's birthday. Good job, Christina. I feel like I should send you an extra prize or something. But you get all the prizes, so I don't know. Anyway, though, yes, so it's doTERRA. doTERRA is 12 years old today. And what's really cool about that is they are doing a surprise BOGO, birthday BOGO, which totally fits because it's my husband's birthday and Marcella's son's birthday and all that. So, so let me take you and guys show you that really fast. How do I do this? Sorry, the whole technology. Okay, so this is their announcement. If you guys got it today, I haven't even got up in the Facebook group, but doTERRA is having a birthday BOGO, which is, and when you buy the Lifelong Vitality sachets, you get 3 free oils, which are laurel leaf, yellow mandarin, and tea tree. So these 2 are more rare. Laurel leaf, Marcella loves this one. She was telling me she's a big fan. Yellow mandarin, I think I might prefer it over red mandarin, but it's really, really great. But both of these are rare. We have seen them once or twice before, but they are not ones you can typically get. So to get 2 free rare oils plus tea tree, I mean, it's such a standard. Everybody needs tea tree. So having that Melaleuca tea tree is really, really great. So so when you buy that, you get the 3 free oils, and I'll show you guys also one extra amazing thing. Oh, can I do this? I think I must have logged me out. That's okay. All right, so here's how you guys are going to get those. When you sign into the doTERRA page, and it'll pop up, and it's going to ask you if you want to edit your LRP order, or create a new LRP order, or create a one-time standard order. Now, I already have certain things in my box that I probably want to keep there, so I'm going to just create a new one, and I'm just going to pick a day that I will remember. So typically, I have my loyalty rewards order go out on the 8th, so I'm going to choose the 9th to make this extra LRP order. The second one you can cancel very, very easy by just taking things out of your cart. The first one, they make you call in. The reason for that is because you often have points, and they had too many people who were angry that they couldn't do the points, that they would lose their points. Okay, so here we are. I typed in Lifelong Vitality, and here are the sachets. which you can also just do the link. Now, what I want you guys to see, which was so exciting, after you add this to your bag, they're actually letting you, even though you're getting this super crazy discount, they're letting you get the other discount too. So this is a cool because look, the deep blue polyphenol complex that normally, even at wholesale price, we're usually paying $60 for. Now you can get them for only $20 by adding 1 or 2 or 3. You can choose up to 3 at the following significant savings. So getting some of those ones, and if you guys happen to have kids, you'll want to get the chewables and the omegas. I also love, here's another interesting thing, only for LRP orders, since I did check in as making an LRP, I can add this Terrazyme, which you guys will find out why that's so amazing. So then I click continue, and what I think is so cool about this is that even though I'm already getting a crazy extra discount, but when I come up here to the bag, you guys will see like everything in here is at a promo price, right? So I have the Digestin that would normally be more expensive, the kids kit, the deep blue polyphenol complex was usually $60, and then all this other stuff for free. So that makes it really easy to just do the proceed to checkout after I get my stuff in there. It is fantastic. I'm super excited. So I hope you guys all take advantage of that. And okay, so that was my I don't know, I guess semi-fast share. Right, the other thing is, now today we have the lifelong vitality stuff, but previously this whole week we've been doing other BOGO stuff, and when we do that, you guys need to know extra details about how to use that, because it's no use for you guys to get the bottles and have those essential oils for really cheap, but then not know how to use it. So here comes your second question. You guys can get ready. Your second question is, I would like, and Marcella also have felt it on our heart to go ahead and answer some of the questions you guys have and give you guys a class specifically about making roller bottles, about what kind of glass should it be? Does it have to be the blue or the brown? What if you do the white one or the clear one? So I want to answer all the questions you guys have about it. And so we had 2 options that we can do, and we want to know which one is what you would feel like is the easiest one. So type in the comments below, would you prefer to have a Zoom class like this, so that if you actually have your stuff out and you are making your own bottles like right then and there using some recipes that we're doing, that we can see you and you can be like, but what about this? Or why should I add that? Or how come they're doing this? If you guys would like that kind of experience, we should do a Zoom class so we can have more interaction and like see that kind of stuff. And so that's one option. The other option is to do a Facebook Live where Marcella and I just have, and I have some pretty good stuff set up about, this is how you do this, this is why you would choose that, this is how you do this, and this is where you go to get info about this or that. And it's more like a presentation with the Facebook group. Now, of course, you can comment in here or there, but in general, it's going to be less interaction from you guys. So I want to know what you prefer. Can you guys type in the comments Zoom? I'm seeing several Zooms. I'm seeing Zoom so far. Yep, awesome. Oh, thank you for the happy birthday wishes. Yes, Laura Leaf to the allergy blend. Exactly, very, very good. Okay, okay, I'm seeing one Facebook. So either way, it will be recorded, but yeah, it's just how much interaction you guys want. Okay, so we'll keep getting some ideas from whatever you guys type into the comments. And yeah, so that's, yeah, now here I am. How many things? I'm already 15 minutes into this and you guys are definitely going to have to jump back on. Okay, so there's no way I can get oils for every age, even though it's very succinct, and I think you guys will like how it's presented. But even with that, it's still going to be tricky to get all this in. So make sure after Zoom cuts me off for my free 40 minutes, you go ahead and jump in, same link and all that, and we'll just pick up where we left off. Okay, so oils for every age. Because doTERRA essential oils are the most tested and most trusted essential oils on the market, they are so safe, and it makes it a super wise choice for having a healer in your home and taking care of your own health. And especially these days when you don't really want to go to a hospital because you don't know what you're going to catch, and especially these days when doctors' visits are rare, you need to be all the more empowered with some natural things that you feel comfortable using. And that's why the education that we're doing here in our group is super important. And it's also just why we want to make sure you know all the things that you can have delivered to your door through doTERRA right here. So for infants age 2, notice that we have some of the touch things. And what's cool about the On Guard Touch and the Tamer, these are already pre-diluted so that if you're needing to boost immune system, or, you know, as you guys know, it's because babies have such a sensitive stomach as they're getting used to the whole new world, you would definitely want something to help their tummies. And so these two are really well thought out. I can send you guys YouTube videos about the whole process of why doTERRA chose those specific oils to go in those things. And they're really, really beautiful and well scientifically thought out as far as the dilution rate goes. I would say for these things, it's really smart if you have an infant or somebody up to age 2, go ahead and keep these things where you would be using them the most. So keep them, if you guys are diaper change station kind of people, great. If you're diaper bag people and you just drag your bag all over the house and change baby's diaper on the couch or wherever you are, keep them in that diaper bag. So wherever it is that you have the most interaction with baby on a regular throughout the day basis, that's where you want to keep these. I'm also going to highlight the Unscented Lotion. Now, everybody probably knows there, well, okay, maybe this, mostly if you're a snob, you know that there's a definite, there's certain grades of lotion that are really like low quality that just stay on the surface of your skin. They're not actually moisturizing you or anything like that. And so I don't really like those. I tend to not even use lotion if they're going to be like that. I'd rather just skip it. Plus, living in Florida, it's often very humid and you end up slippery if you have the wrong kinds of lotion. So this unscented lotion from doTERRA, you'll definitely want to look this up. Not only does it make it so that you can add your own essential oils into whatever it is you want to put on baby, but it's something that is super actually nourishing to the skin and doesn't leave it feeling greasy or thick or anything like that. It like really does absorb into that. With all the last Saturday we discussed toxin-free living, and this lotion would definitely make it on the good list, because we don't want all those parabens and all the things we talked about last time. Notice also the diffuser there. It's smart to have diffusers around many places, but especially around babies, because we want them to have small amounts of essential oils several times throughout the day. Okay, I'm going to move on to pregnancy. And so I'm going to highlight Terrazyme here for just a minute. If you're a breastfeeding mama and you ever have an issue with those babies with their tummy, with the gassiness or things like that, which some of them, eating broccoli or something like that, sometimes that's just going to happen. Sometimes there's actual allergies, but the Terrazyme that mama eats is going to help break down the food, break down the nutrients, and therefore be able to give a much more palatable and bioavailable and non-issue causing group of nutrients to come into baby through that. So that one's going to be really awesome for you if you're doing that. Now notice here that Copaiba, that they put it in this section, which again, I feel like everybody needs to use this. Like my whole family uses Copaiba. I like to take 2 drops under the tongue to support the milk supply, is what it says here. But do you guys know that it's actually really good for pain? And it's super great for your mood. It really helps you kind of chill out a little bit. So Copaiba, I feel like that should be in all the groups because it's that good. Basil and fennel also, and in terms of breastfeeding, this is another really good one. You can do it. I made a roller bottle blend myself. You guys all know I have 5 kids, right? I don't know if I told that to everybody yet. Some of you may just be popping on. Anyway, so with 5 kids, this is a handy little trick to be able to have to support you during that time. And of course, I have to mention super quick about peppermint. We do want to use it carefully just because some women do know a decrease in milk supply, not all. And I'll tell you some of the difference also is if you're using it like on certain locations, like I often used it on my lower back, and I didn't really experience too much of an issue. I would say that the majority of other breastfeeding moms that I know don't seem to have an issue with it. But if you do, just stay aware. Like that's part of the whole thing about becoming empowered as a healer in your home is you want to be paying attention to the body's signals and listening to what it's telling you. But at first I used Siberian fir as my substitute for lower back pain and things like that. But in general, if I was using it for tummy issues or headache or some other pain, the peppermint didn't give me a problem. Okay, I'm going to go on. Actually, let me actually have you guys answer me another question while I have you guys here. Copaiba, it's seriously one of my favorite oils. Like I love it, love it, love it. How many of you have tried it? Just put in the comments yes or no. I've tried Copaiba or I've not tried Copaiba. Just yes or no. Put it in the comments for me. Okay, we're gonna go on. I'll take a look at that in a second. For school-age kids, I'm gonna highlight this PP Assist Junior, which is a probiotic. We also have the A to Z vitamins and the IQ Megas. These are really great to be able to take care of gut health and assist with nutrients in general. It is not difficult to get your kids to take these. Let me tell you, my kids love it. We call them stick vitamins, which are the PB Assist Junior. They're very much like a pixie stick, and I can tell it, like, there's a great YouTube video about how awesome the PB Assist Junior is, like how it was made, how it was designed to be able to get all the good bacteria that we want in our kids' tummies down to the right particular place where it's most used, and how they've encapsulated it. It was a very special way that they did it. Highlight also the On Guard B-Lits. If you have kind of like smaller ones who don't yet know how to take pills, which is why we usually do the chewables or the swallowables or the pixie stick style, but if your kiddos are needing to learn how to take pills for some reason, these On Guard B-Lits are a fantastic way. Not only do they support the immune system and are safe to use on a daily basis, but because they're so small, your kids can either choose if they want to bite it and get the fun, spicy Christmas flavor, or if they want to swallow it. And so it's a great practice to help kids learn how to swallow versus hold things in their mouth versus chew. And so that's been something helpful. I'm going to also highlight the kids collection over here. Now, I really, really like these a lot because I have them in an easy place for my kids to get, and they often use these throughout the day. So we have some that each one has something that's printed on it that's like a brain, that or like a heart, or like a body, like, you know, active body with its arms, you know, like they're doing a jumping jack kind of thing. And so this makes it really easy for kids to know, even if they don't read. Yep, this is definitely the one mom talked to me about. This is definitely the one that I've always put on the back of my neck to help me think better. Or this is definitely the one, oh yeah, it has like the little body. This is the one that I use when I feel a little sore after I've been running and jumping and playing. I also like that they have these very kid-friendly, what are we calling them? Not flashcards exactly, but just like easy ways to, like, you know, front and back in kids speak, what would you use these for, where would I put it? And I like that it addresses so many issues. They have ones that are like Brave is a really great one for them to use for kind of like emotional support if they have something that's going to make them nervous, like standing up in front of the school doing a performance or something like that. And so I like that they have things that are like that, as well as to be able to address their sleep issues, their, you know, tummy problems, which Tamer that we mentioned before is also one of those there. Also immune boosting, and I feel like I'm missing one, but I'm trying to hurry. So, okay. And I was also going to mention here during, like, for, if you guys aren't sure about making your own, right? Because so the ones that we had here for the kids collection, they are they're already diluted, so you don't have to like worry about it. But this is an example of what in general is, you know, reasonable to plan to do for kiddos. So 2 years and under, you're going to want to fill your attend. Now, again, when you get to the roller bottle class on Sunday, Sunday afternoon is when we're doing it, and we'll keep you guys updated whether it's going to be Zoom or Facebook. But as we go, a 10 ml bottle would be the taller one, and you see here there are for 2 years we would do like a 1 to 10 ratio. That means like you're only filling it up like a tenth of the way, and all the rest is going to be fractionated coconut oil or some other carrier oil that you happen to have. For 2 to 6 years, you can keep it more like the fourth, or 6 and over is more like a third. I tend to feel like this is a little more generous. I go slightly less. I usually do, even adults, I tend to go more like a fourth, because here's the cool thing is you can always add more. If I have it at a 1/4 dilution rate like this, and then I have the rest of fractionated coconut oil, I can always be like, you know, I don't think that's really addressing my pain issue, or I don't really feel like that's like helping my sleep so much. And you can always add more, but you can't take it out. I've made that other mistake of making it where I was like half full of this other stuff, and then I'm like, whoa, that's, you know, that's, I think this is overkill, you know. So then you're either stuck using an itty bitty super small swipe, or you have to make it into several things, which, you know, gets tricky. So anyways, that's a quick dilution rate for you. And I know we're just gonna keep flying along. Actually, tell me here real quick, guys. I mentioned the On Guard beadlets. Go ahead and type in the comments for me if you have ever tried these. Part of the reason I'm interested, if you put in a yes or a no if you try the On Guard beadlets or not. So type it in the chat for me. I'm curious mostly because many people who have come to one of my workshops, I've passed out the On Guard beadlets and had you guys like pop them against the roof of your mouth so that you can, you know, kind of experience the whole internal use. And so I'm curious to see if you've tried them, and so I want to know about that. Okay, so we're gonna go on, and while you're typing that in there, we're gonna go on to adolescents. I didn't see a lot of people who typed this number, so I'm gonna think possibly that this one isn't super big deal. I actually personally, this is, you know, one that I tend to feel like I have, you know, I have an 18-year-old in my house, and then also my 26-year-old, you know, occasionally will let me dote on him a little bit. He's one of those super independent guys. But so if you have adolescents who are needing assistance with clear skin, there's really awesome balancing kind of like system here that has the spot treatment, the face wash, as well as like a lotion kind of a thing. Not lotion exactly, but anyway. So but yeah, so that's been really good. I would say here too, this is where you really want to start. And my son for sure believes in this, about having that lifelong vitality. Doing a half dose, which I don't know if you guys know about the thing today, the BOGO, where you buy the lifelong vitality sachets that end up being, I've actually forgotten it. Oh, okay, no, that's not the right one. Is it this one? Oh, no. Okay, I guess I have to do it in my session. Oh, this is the one. Sorry, guys. Okay. So when you guys do this one today only, you'll notice that when they have that lifelong vitality stuff, it's actually giving you it's 60 of these little sachets. Oh goodness. That means that's my 10-minute site. Remember, you guys have to jump back on because I'm only to adolescents. I haven't even got to adults or the glory years. All right, but these are cool because they're separated into 2 times a day packets here. So one of these packets you would take with like breakfast, and the other packet you would take with lunch. And we tend to load in the beginning of the day, just because sometimes people feel like they almost have like more energy than they want at night. So this is how most people do it. And so if you're taking care of an adolescent who needs the extra support because they're in sports, or because they're you know, they just have a growing body, and all the things that are related to hormones, and all the things related to digestive issues, and mood. I'm going to tell you guys, mood definitely improves when you have your kiddos on this. The lifelong vitality supplements were actually intended for balancing mood and giving super high energy. So all those cranky kids who are always tired and sleeping, this is what you want to like load them up with. All right. So Lifelong Vitality, do like a half dose. Notice they do have some cool diffusers, and there really are like your kid will pick a specific thing. It happens to be like a spearmint kind of thing for my kid, but I don't know what yours will be. I also have to mention here that I really love the deodorant that doTERRA has. I find it, adolescents for sure start to notice that that they're getting, as their bodies are changing, they get like a lot more stink, and so doTERRA has you covered there in terms of having something that's actually good for your body and isn't gonna like cause issues, and definitely no breakouts and stuff like that for the sensitive one. Okay, so natural deodorant, and I would also say, so Clary Calm here is really great for consistent hormone support, especially for girls who are starting to come into their period and are having just different hormone fluctuations and things like that. You're definitely going to want to have something not only for her to help handle cramps and things like that. I remember when I was young, I definitely had a lot of issues with this. And so I was always asking my parents to buy that, the particular kind of painkiller that was meant for that time of the month. And we would go through several of those bottles within a year because I felt like I was having a hard time with it. But here's the other thing, notice it's for overall hormone support. So it's not just for the pain. Using it throughout the month is really, really great. You find people just don't have the crazy ups and downs the way that they used to. This happens to be the one that my husband first learned the name of. It's called Clary Calm, and you guys will definitely want, whatever stage of life you're in, if this is something that someone you know or love struggles with, PMS, you're going to want to have the Clary Calm out. My husband will sometimes tell me when he realizes that I'm being a little irate or weepy. I guess some of it's weepy, like getting overly sensitive. He'll tell me, might I ever so gently suggest that you go put on some Clary Calm? And so it's a big deal. You also probably want to look into Balance around this time. I know my son really does well with one of the oils called Balance. And Deep Blue Rub is great here too, especially if you do have kiddos involved in sports. The Deep Blue Rub is fantastic. Okay, I only have 6 minutes left. I feel kind of nervous about trying to get this in here. But I feel like that, well, thankfully I did already kind of talk for a while about the Lifelong Vitality. And of course we said it's a half dose for adolescents, but you probably want the full dose for adults. I usually tell people to start slow when it comes to Lifelong Vitality supplements, because sometimes it's like almost like a rush to your system, and they're like, whoa, how did I get this much nutrients all at once? So I would say that like starting with what would be considered a quarter dose was good for the first like two or 3 days, and then moving up to a full half dose and for a couple of days, then going up to the 3/4 dose, and then finally the full dose. So this is fantastic at not only filling those nutritional gaps, but Lifelong Vitality was specifically designed to increase energy, mental clarity, decrease inflammation. They didn't put on this one, but we know from doing some of our other classes that it's actually really amazing for mental health as well, just helping all of those hormones and things like that work well. If you guys go ahead and put in the comments for me. This is one I really would like to see. I'm going to take some time to read what you guys have shared here too. Lifelong Vitality supplements. Tell me, what benefits have you seen? If you guys just type a word in here or there, what benefits have you seen from the Lifelong Vitality supplements? I know many of you on here have tried it at least for like a week sample. Most of you who've tried it for a week sample have gone on to consistently order. In fact, Lifelong Vitality supplements are they're the #1 selling product that doTERRA has, which is a little weird because doTERRA is actually an essential oil company, right? That's how they started, as essential oils only. But because they're so involved in wellness and health, on skin and all that kind of stuff, All the things I have to do are designed to make it a one-stop shop for people who really want to get empowered with the highest quality, most tested, most trusted um, ingredients so they can be a healer in their own home. That's what doTERRA is all about. So doTERRA lifelong vitality supplements are definitely the number one selling product. And so I'm trying to see here. Let's see. So I see some people saying less irritability is one benefit you've seen. I'm seeing, let's see, what do we have here? Let's see. Let's see. Christina says hard time seeing the benefits, but then maybe you can't tell. That's cool. Thank you for being honest, Christina. Less anxiety. They're very uplifting, more focused and sharper thinking. A little bit of weight loss at the beginning. Help with stress a bit. Okay, these are all cool comments. Thank you guys. Yeah, I'm looking back to see the yeah, Marie was talking about those sugar sticks we ate like kids. Awesome. Yes. Okay. I'm loving seeing you guys comment. Yay, yay, yay. Okay. I only have 2 minutes and 49 seconds left before I get kicked off here. So hopefully we can move on and do just a couple more cool things. So I did already mention Terrazyme to you guys, and this is definitely like I showed you all how we ordered in the other one. You can customize your cart anytime you're getting your lifelong vitality supplements. You can add on things like Terrazyme or the probiotics or the polyphenol complex if you have sore muscles and things like that, or any pain in the body that you don't want to use the typical, what do they call those, NSAIDs and stuff like that. I think I'm supposed to avoid brand names, but I think NSAIDs is okay to say. Anyway, also adding lemon to your water. This is basically what Dr. David Hill recommends for people is to do the lifelong vitality, Terrazyme, lemon in the water, and then he also says to put balance on the bottoms of your feet in the morning as well, and he recommends frankincense under the tongue. So those are some things that that are like a well-rounded doctor recommendation. And we're also going to mention here, you guys probably already know these things, but the aromatic use of essential oils is amazing. We also have the topical use, the internal use, and for anytime you're going to be around a bunch of people, especially in your home. I know right now many of us are trapped. It's a whole perspective thing. Are we trapped or are we staying safe? Either way, when you guys are in your home, it's natural for you to kind of like have issues come up just by spending a lot more time with each other. Citrus Bliss is really nice for creating an environment that's uplifting and free of toxic fragrances. It does clean the air with all the great citrus kind of stuff in there, and it's just a really nice, pleasant scent. I just feel like the majority of people enjoy it. I'm going to, it's gonna about 30 seconds, it's gonna pop me off. I'm gonna skip the talk about motivate, touch, and adaptive until I come back. So remember, you guys, you're gonna use the same link, just jump right back on in just another minute here. And then notice too, here, I'll highlight here the citrus oil, since we did already mention about putting lemon in your water. There's so many cool choices, right? The grapefruit, lime, tangerine, and also if you guys have the whole, when you get the BOGO for today, when you pop into your own account and order that on your own account, and the yellow mandarin comes to you, that's another one that you can use internally, which is really, really